It is. May I untuck or fuck, my jacket's not alright. Yeah, looks like this the end of Mayday Anyway. It looks like it's going back to the way it was, which for once it's better when something starts to go back to the way it was. There was a drum circle here, and it's starting to get back to the way it was. It's a long way to go yet, unfortunately, but this is the best here yet. Since 2010. Oh god, I gotta go that way since 2010, which was so I'm leaving the event. I feel a little more hopeful than I did. Actually, when I hate people so fucking much, so this event kind of picks me up. And I'm trying to be as polite as possible. I said this anti-abortion, this fucking cunt who was the governor of South Dakota. She killed her dog. She just went up and shot it. So she's concerned about every unborn. Just another example of not giving a fuck about animals or the born. What a deranged fucking cunt. She actually shot her dog. And I mentioned to someone that maggots are better than humans, but I'm not going to go into any of the details. But the way the person reacted just reinforced my belief that maggots are better than humans. I won't go into any details, but it was... But when a day like today, May Day came back, and we got a parade, and people are actually willing to work together again, or at least more people, actually diminishes my belief that maggots are better than people. And that's how dogs and cats are better than people. Dogs and cats are definitely better than people, especially cats. I feel slightly more hopeful than I did a year ago today. A year ago during this. I mean, there was actually a parade today. But it still wasn't what it was in 2010. Then the pandemic hit. And that fucked that up, but that's not the only thing. They didn't have the funding, so there was certainly no Mayday Parade, and last year I made a video and YouTube took it down and said I was giving misleading information, and I didn't even talk about vaccines or anything. All I fucking said was I was pissed off about the lockdowns, and that's all I said. So it may have been some AI shit that misinterpreted it and took what I said wrong and out of context.
You're playing with fire, bro.
And I was able to get them to restore the video because I didn't say anything that was misleading after all, which I didn't. I don't say anything more extreme than Jimmy Dore. I'm trying to get past this fucking pandemic and COVID shit anyway. It doesn't affect me yet. And then this person took my freedom of speech right where I've been doing spoken word since this fucking cunt. I hate her fucking guts. I'm not mentioning her names. I was doing spoken words just since 2000, and she said it was uncensored. But I expressed my opinion of just how I felt about COVID and backing up what other people experienced. and she pulls the plug on my fucking free speech. She wanted to be fucking family friendly as well, which makes me hate breeding more, and I fucking hate families, and I fucking love abortion. I'm fucking sick and fucking tired of having to give up my rights for other people's children. I am so sick and fucking tired of that shit. I was trying to be more upbeat. Yeah, but it's the worst fucking thing that has happened this year. It happened on January on, and I still haven't recovered from it. It's not the, well, this is a battle year cycle. Usually things start to turn around during the month of May. My cat has diabetes though, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better, so that's not a good sign. You know, I'm afraid there's more shit to happen before it's all said and done. Hopefully the worst of it's over. So it won't be like last year, or I don't want to tell you anything that was about COVID. Other than I hate that fucking cunt who took my fucking free speech away. Who decided she was going to censor? And she says, I haven't been back there since. It's not only the worst thing that's happened this year, but it's the worst thing that's happened in a very long time. I just hope nothing worse than that happens. I was here last year. Project completed by Teamworks youth workers. I don't know what the fuck this even is. I know last year someone else did something. Well, I guess they put some new wood on it. He said wood. He said wood. But last year someone else did that. So what Mayday was, it ain't Heart of the Beast Theater used to put it on, and they say they didn't have the money, and I talked about the I talk about they couldn't organize it because of the social justice warrior PC fucks, and maybe things are turning the corner on that shit. At least I hope it is, because people want the Mayday Parade, and it was a pretty good. So I can next year I'll definitely. I missed the beginning of the parade though. It started earlier than I was hoping. That fucking sucks. So I got my Earth. But what was of the parade, I don't know how much of it I missed. There was about I got about 5 minutes of it on video. It was in progress. It started on Ott Street. I was at Ives Street. And I got there at 1 o'clock. I know many a time it started after 1 o'clock, even when they said it was started at noon. So I just want to get somewhat of a positive spin. I have at least more hope about things today than some of the other shit I experienced recently. I just hope it stays that way. Glad the Mayday Parade is back. I'm sure it'll be bigger next year, and larger and longer, and hopefully, I wasn't even sure if I was just going to do the drum circle, or if I was going to do the Mayday Parade. But I'm glad I went to what I was able to see of the Mayday Parade. It was still quite a bit, but I fucking missed the beginning of it. That fucking sucks. So this is my Earth walking video following the Mayday Parade in 4K. As always, I'm so glad I have Asperger's, because I make the most interesting video in the world. Nobody makes more interesting videos than I do, and if people like my videos, fuck them. They're not my real friends anyway. My real friends are the cool people who like my videos. And people get to see my videos and hear my spoken words are the chosen people, even if they don't like it. And they're the chosen people because they're the people who are selected to hear someone like me, which gives them the opportunity to pull, because that people.
I feel like I have
people don't like my spoken words because they have a stick up their ass. And they are the few out of billions of people, or it's only a tiny percentage to pull that stick out of their ass. Most of them won't. They'd rather just be miserable, uptight, bitchy, irritable, you know. But for those few who will be willing to pull the stick out of their ass, there's a good chance a bunch of diarrhea will come out. But it's well worth it because it's like having a colon cleanse and a brain cleanse. Well, a few leftover Mayday events and fires over there. The fire's going out in the video or not. Oh. Fire. That's what a way to conclude the final video of Mayday. I really went through the fucking memory on the... I have a juice pack to charge the battery, but I don't... But the fucking memory filled up. I got a new phone that has real good 4K. It's not as even as good as the DJI. Because whenever I direct a driving video and I hit a bump, it still jitters. That part fucking sucks, but the quality is still better. But as always, well, I'm glad I got the video in 4K. I like to do a driving video of my feast at Golden Corral tomorrow. I'm really low on the space. That new phone only has an unto odd gigabytes of memory. Of storage. That's not the fucking enough. If I wait a week later, I could have gotten a phone for the same phone for twice as much storage for $50 more. It would have been well worth it, but I didn't know that. Well, what a way to conclude the video. And hopefully I get the whole parade in next year.